Hello and welcome to our video about the nature of time. Time is a fundamental aspect of our existence, but have you ever wondered what time really is? Is it a physical property of the universe or simply a mental construct? And why does time seem to flow only in one direction, from the past to the future? In this video, we'll explore these questions and more as we dive into the mysteries of time. Whether you're a science enthusiast or a philosophy lover, we think you'll find something fascinating in this discussion. So, let's jump right in and discover the nature of time together. Let's explore the fundamental concept of time, which is one of the greatest mysteries of our existence. Have you ever wondered about the nature of time? Why does time seem to go by so quickly when we're having fun? And why does it drag on when we're bored? Time is a fundamental concept in both physics and philosophy. It is an essential aspect of our everyday life, and we use it to measure the duration of events and sequences of events. Time is so deeply embedded in our lives that it's difficult to imagine living without it. There are different ways to define time. One of the most popular definitions of time is absolute time, which is the idea that time flows independently of anything else. This means that time is constant and doesn't change no matter what's happening around it. Another way to define time is relational time, which is the idea that time is relative to the observer. This means that time is not constant and can change depending on the observer's location and speed. Despite its importance in our lives, there is a growing belief that time might be an illusion or a mental construct. Some scientists and philosophers suggest that time is not an objective reality but a subjective experience created by our minds. Now, let's talk about the arrow of time. The arrow of time is a fascinating concept that refers to the fact that time seems to flow only in one direction, from the past to the future. We experience this every day, as we remember the past but cannot foresee the future with the same clarity. But why does the arrow of time exist? Well, there are many different theories that attempt to explain it, such as the thermodynamic arrow or the psychological arrow. The thermodynamic arrow suggests that the arrow of time is related to the increase of entropy or disorder in the universe. According to this theory, the past was more ordered and less chaotic than the future, and this difference in entropy creates the arrow of time. The psychological arrow, on the other hand, suggests that the arrow of time is a result of our perception of causality. In other words, we remember the past because it causes the present, but we cannot remember the future because it has not yet caused anything. Regardless of the theory you prefer, the arrow of time has many implications for our existence. One of the most significant is the inevitability of aging and death. As time moves forward, our bodies and the universe itself undergo irreversible changes that we cannot undo. So, the arrow of time is both fascinating and sobering. But it also raises many more questions about the nature of time and our place in the universe. In the next section, we'll explore the mind-bending idea of time travel. Time travel is a popular idea in science fiction, but is it really possible? The basic idea is that we could travel backwards or forwards in time, just like we can move through space. But how could this work? One theory involves the idea of wormholes, which are shortcuts through spacetime. By traveling through a wormhole, we might be able to jump to a different point in time. Another theory involves cosmic strings, which are hypothetical thin tubes of energy that are thought to exist in the universe. By manipulating these strings, we might be able to create a time machine. But even if time travel were possible, it raises some serious issues. One of the most famous is the grandfather paradox, which asks, what would happen if you went back in time and killed your own grandfather before he had children? Would you still exist? Or would you have erased your own existence? Another potential issue is the butterfly effect, which suggests that even small changes to the past could have huge, unforeseeable consequences in the future. If we could travel back in time and make even the tiniest change, it could completely alter the course of history. So, while time travel is a fascinating idea, it's still shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Who knows what the future holds when it comes to this mind-bending concept? Now that we've explored the physical and scientific aspects of time, let's turn to the philosophical perspectives on time. In this section, we'll discuss some of the different philosophical perspectives on time, such as Presentism or Eternalism, and examine some of the cultural attitudes towards time. First, let's discuss presentism and eternalism. Presentism is the view that only the present exists and the past and future do not have any reality. On the other hand, eternalism holds that all points in time, past, present, and future, are equally real. Next, let's consider the relationship between time and causality. Many philosophers argue that the past determines the future, meaning that the events of the past cause the events of the future. This perspective is known as determinism. Finally, let's examine some of the cultural attitudes towards time. In some societies, such as Japan, punctuality is highly valued and being late is seen as a sign of disrespect. In other societies, such as some Latin American countries, time is seen as more fluid and flexible. The philosophical perspectives on time provide a fascinating lens through which to view this mysterious aspect of our existence. As we continue to explore the nature of time, we can also gain a deeper understanding of our own cultural beliefs and values. The question of why time seems to flow only in one direction is still a mystery that puzzles both physicists and philosophers. This is known as the arrow of time, and it refers to the fact that time appears to only move forward, from the past to the future. One explanation for this is the thermodynamic arrow of time, which is related to the second law of thermodynamics. According to this law, the total entropy or disorder of a closed system can only increase or remain constant over time, never decreasing. Since the past has lower entropy than the future, time appears to move in a particular direction. Another theory is the psychological arrow of time, which is related to the way we perceive time. Our brains are wired to experience the present moment as real and the past as memory, leading to the perception of time as flowing in one direction. Despite these theories, the nature of the arrow of time remains a mystery, and it is still an active area of research and debate among scientists and philosophers. We learned that time is a fundamental concept in physics and philosophy, with different definitions such as absolute time and relational time. Additionally, we discussed the arrow of time and the theories that attempt to explain why time flows only in one direction. We also examined time travel and the potential paradoxes that come with it. Finally, we explored the different philosophical perspectives on time, such as presentism and eternalism. It's clear that time remains a mystery, but there's always more to discover and explore. So we encourage you to continue learning about the nature of time and its complexities. We hope you enjoyed this video and gained some new insights into the concept of time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share your own thoughts on time in the comments below. Thanks for watching.